Hello and welcome to the Design and Prosper podcast. This is episode 145 and this is our very last episode.
Right? I have the tissues right here. This is a big deal.
It is. So listen in to hear our big news and why we've decided to make this change. Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm Donna. Welcome into this beautiful space where we have open and honest conversations about running a graphic design business.
We'd love to help you throw imposter syndrome to the curb and position yourself as a high-end graphic designer.
Yes, and each week we'll share empowering advice, practical tips, and strategies to help you thrive in business. We are so happy you're here.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So, this is it. Everybody, this is our very last ever podcast episode.
I know. I can't believe it. It just is. I've got that real surreal feeling happening right now.
It feels surreal. Like
it really
we
does.
have put this off so much this morning. Like we were, supposed to have started 2 hours ago.
Literally 2 hours ago. So for 2 hours, we've had coffee and chocolate. We've gone out the back and played with the cats.
We got distracted by other things. Like we've been watching movie trailers and we've been putting this off.
Yep. Yeah. Because once we do it, Chris, it's final, right?
Yeah.
It really is bittersweet to be making this episode because this journey that we've been on with Design and Prosper and all of you, our whole community, it's meant so much to us.
It really, really has. We have been on a huge journey with you all for the last 5 years it's been.
Yep.
So we're going to go deep today. It's going to be real and raw and heartfelt and honest and all the things. We're going to let you take a little bit of a peek behind the scenes of our experience and what's been happening for us. And a bit of a reflection of some of the things that we've discovered along the way. And it might be really helpful for you as well. You might be even thinking about going into this like online education space, and just might be really interesting for you to have a listen to our perspective on this now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because our whole ethos behind Design and Prosper is to help educate and to help designers in the world learn from our mistakes, right? Learn from our experience. Our hindsight is your foresight. So this is no different. We really want to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly of an online course creation business. It's very, very different to a design business, which is what we literally live and breathe and teach. So that the actual online course model is very, very different to that. So we want to share with you our experience.
Yeah. So we had some really big hopes and dreams for this business. So we just wanted to go back to the beginning a little bit of where we started and what our thought process was at the beginning. So we had actual goosebumps when we started this business. So we had all the feels.
Yeah, we were so passionate about it and so excited to share our knowledge. It felt so right, really right in that moment, in that time. Those goosebumps are undeniable, aren't they?
Yeah.
That feeling that you have, that connection to an idea when you know it's going to serve so many people. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah, because I remember we had talked about it for years, doing something like this, doing a book, a textbook or some sort of resource manual for designers. This is way before even online courses were a thing. We were really excited about that, but we just never got anything like that off the ground. And I remember I was having a little bit of a career redirection. Like I just wanted to figure out what I wanted to do next in the next phase of my life. And I had a sit down with Don. We were just having a big chat about things. And I said, I want to help people. I want to help people live their lives better. That's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And it just came out that this is what I wanted to do. And then it was like, do you want to do it with me, Don? Let's do it together. And then she was like, oh my goodness, yes, I do want to do this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's been a deep, like Chris said, we've had conversations about having, putting out a textbook or something, a resource for many, many years. And I think that desire to continue to help people, because we'd been helping students, for decades, really, and to be able to continue to do that in this incredibly special way, it was a no-brainer. It was just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, we need to do this.
Yeah, we wanted to lift up designers. We wanted to support designers worldwide, to give them a boost of confidence, to charge what they needed to charge, to believe in themselves, to believe in their value. Like our original vision statement that we came up with all those years ago has not changed, which is really interesting. Like when you look back on it now and go, wow, that was actually really accurate. That's what we wanted to do. So I'll read it out to you because I've got it here. Our vision statement was: Design and Prosper provides online graphic design business education via our design business blueprints, mentorship, and design resource shop, appealing to the soulful, big-hearted graphic designers who are feeling change to their businesses. Design and Prosper provides design entrepreneurs with insights and secrets to ensure balance, ease, and abundance in business and in life. This comprehensive offering is bursting at the seams, containing all the strategies a graphic design business needs to thrive.
Boom.
I know.
Boom, right?
When I read that, I still get
Pretty
goosebumps.
cool vision statement. Yeah, that's right.
And we did achieve that.
Yeah,
we have achieved that.
did. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. And our values were courageous, intelligent, authentic, and loving. We changed authentic though. That was
did.
one of that was our original one of our original values, and we changed that to be integrity. Just a tiny subtle shift, because authentic became a real buzzword. Everybody was using it. It became inauthentic by association.
Yeah, it gave us the ick.
It did.
Honestly.
It gave us the ick. And integrity just felt so much more in alignment with who we were, because you can't operate out of integrity and feel good about yourself. You just can't.
Yeah.
And it was a natural shift. So even though your business might start with a certain set of values, as you grow and evolve and transcend those values, it's your business, your way. You get to change.
Yeah, and we might
you
just be like playing with semantics here, but integrity just feels like a really good word. And I remember Martha Beck really reaffirmed that we'd made the right choice with integrity when she was talking about the importance of, say, a plane being in integrity. And if it's not, like you get the wobbles up. If you're going through turbulence, and this happens in business, your business can go through turbulence. And then if your plane is not in integrity, the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
And so that was just another reinforcement of the whole integrity idea.
Yeah.
It's not just about values. It is about values, but it's about, there's so much more layered meaning in the word integrity.
Yeah, absolutely. So should we share our mission statement as well?
Yes. Yes. So for those of you who don't understand the difference between a vision statement and a mission statement, and there's so many different definitions out there, but what we like to think of is vision statement is usually internal. It's something that you share with your team, but then the mission statement is usually more outward sharing.
Yeah, share that everywhere.
Yeah.
Share it with the whole wide world.
And both of them will inform your messaging, but yeah, the mission is a bit more, it might not be as, elaborate and extensive and has all the flowery language in it and all that sort of thing, but this is our mission statement.
We help graphic designers thrive in business. We've experienced firsthand the struggles faced running a successful graphic design business. We help graphic design entrepreneurs eliminate overwhelm and stress. So we have developed powerful strategies to remove the guesswork to help them create a beautifully functioning, thriving graphic design business.
Yeah.
There we are.
There we are.
That was the mission statement. And just one more little tip on vision versus mission. With vision, when you're doing your vision statement, don't get bogged down in it being grammatically correct. And don't worry if the spelling's a bit off. And, just allow that whatever it is you're hoping for to be in that statement, and just get it out, get it on paper. It could be long. A vision statement can be long and rambly and have all the fields and can take you through the steps, almost like an ideal day.
Yeah.
It's almost like a tiny little tweaked version of an ideal day. But yeah, your mission statement that we've just read out has to be a little bit tighter because you're sharing that with the world. So,
Yeah, so there you go. A little lesson on your mission and vision and values and all the rest of it.
Ever the educators that we are.
We do cover all that in Module 1 of the Academy as well if you need to go deeper.
Yeah.
Which you should go deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you missed the last episode, we did also announce that we are running the last round ever of the Academy.
Oh, that's a big one, isn't it?
Yes.
Every time we say that, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's our 11th round.
Yeah.
And it's the last chance. It's literally the last chance because it's not a drill.
Yeah.
We're not in the business of scarcity or FOMO. We are genuinely saying, if you've been thinking about the Academy for some time and you think, oh, I'll just wait until next round, this is it. This is it, peeps. It's going to be the last time. So, yeah, big news.
So if you want to know more about the Academy, head to designandprosper.co/the Academy. You will see there's a timer there. The final chance that you've got to join is the 10th of December, 2024. So make sure that you are on top of that deadline because that is it, people. This is it. We're not planning on doing what a lot of entrepreneurs do. You see them online. They say, oh, this is closing, and then they open up something new like 3 months later. This is not happening with us. We're actually going in a completely different direction with life.
Yeah.
This is actually a wind down of Design and Prosper.
Yeah, basically.
It is.
There it is.
There it is,
We're
people.
making all the big statements today, but it is what it is. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time, and we're really, really excited for our next chapters.
We're ready for a change.
And it's your time now. If you are feeling that you need our support, one of the best things about this last cohort is that you will actually have access to Chris and I for the entire year, next year, 2025. Once a month, we'll have live Q&A coaching sessions every single month, once a month.
Yeah.
You'll get to ask all the questions as a part of the Academy cohort. So we're going out with a bang and we're not leaving anyone hanging. We're giving everybody a full year with us. And yeah, we can't wait. We're really, really excited.
Yeah, so this whole last round wasn't going to happen. Just so you know, it wasn't going to happen. We were like, okay, I think we're done. We're going to wrap up. And then we thought, oh goodness, there's so many people that will want to have a last opportunity.
Yeah.
They might be putting it off to next round or the round after.
Well, there are so many people who have said to us, it's not quite right. Timing's not quite right. Money isn't stacking up for me right now, blah, blah, blah. There were lots of people like that who reach out to us often and say, I'm so excited. I'm working toward getting into the Academy. So we were like, well, we can't let those people down.
No.
We want to give you all an opportunity to get in and grab it. And honestly, lucky last cohort, let me tell you, we have got the best ever value. So honestly, you'd be very well taken care of.
We've gone back to 2022 pricing. It is so affordable
full
right
sweep
now.
of the shop.
You get the full sweep of the shop. You get everything we've ever created.
Yeah, literally a full sweep of our shop you will have in your hot little hands. The best resources that we could have dreamed of having when we were in the infancy of our business. We're giving you what we wanted to have, what we think we needed, what we definitely did need when we started our businesses. That's the whole desire behind this whole business, isn't it?
It is.
Like, let's make life easy.
It is the full operating system for running a design business. Honestly, you will just love it. Right, so we digress.
Getting back to our hopes and hopes versus reality, maybe, Chris.
Yeah. So from the beginning, we had set some financial targets because we're savvy businesswomen, and of course, we needed to set some targets for how this business needed to look in terms of fulfilling our financial dreams and desires and all the rest of it. So from the beginning, we had a goal of 150 students per year to join. That would be sweet, perfect balance for us. But our actual growth was quite different. And that's no surprise either because business is always unexpected, especially with a business model that we had never worked with before. Like
clueless.
Brand
Literally
new.
clueless about this online education course. It was just
universe.
A brand new universe. Exactly.
Yeah.
Brand new universe, right?
Yeah. And of course, we did everything we could to educate ourselves and to really upskill in this whole area, but it was all brand new, you know? So our actual growth was quite different, or our actual results were quite different to what we thought. So our biggest intake ever was 21 people,
Yes.
which is a lot of people still. Like, and
Yeah.
we're so grateful for them. And they're the most beautiful, amazing people.
Yeah.
So it's a simple maths, right?
Yeah.
So we ran the academy maximum of 3 times a year. And that's just not, it's about less than half of what we needed to fulfill our financial goals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Because our design business was so lucrative and so financially rewarding that we were wanting to replace that. We were saying let's put design in the back seat because, way back when at the beginning when Chris and I had that conversation, it was like, let's do some design work together. Let's collaborate. We were designing together first. And the design work was great and
it was
financially viable and it was great. It was wonderful. And then we transitioned into this beautiful online education platform where we really wanted to help people and really, make a change. So we farewelled our design clients. We were so confident. We were like, that initial day where we got all the goosebumps was so confident that we were like, okay, we're farewelling these design clients. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And like Chris just said, our biggest intake ever was 21 people. So it's like, wow, this is just completely different to where we had hoped it would be.
Yeah. And honestly, this kind of online business was so all-encompassing, all-consuming. We couldn't service design clients at the same time.
No way. That's exactly right.
It was too full on, especially with the steep learning curve that we're going on.
Yeah. When would they have been fit in? And we're so passionate about high-end creative and really servicing clients in a beautiful, holistic way that we didn't want to compromise our own integrity and have a different approach to that. So, but there was a really beautiful silver lining with staying small. We built such a beautiful, rich, intimate community, and being able to nurture those amazing designers and have those beautiful people become a part of our lives really quickly, didn't they, Chris?
Yeah.
It was like such a close connection that we had with all of these beautiful people.
They're like our family, our little design family.
Yeah. And it still does.
They still are.
Yeah, they're our family. That's right. And, I think we're at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. The way that the business unfolded in that way for a reason. There were lots of contributing factors. But that part of it, that was a really special part.
So special.
Yeah. Even though we weren't financially being rewarded appropriately, we were being completely filled up. Our cups were being so filled up. We were literally surviving, if you think it's fair to say, Chris, but we were surviving on the love. It was one of those like, we love this so much. We love it. We can see that we're helping. We can see that we were turning designers' lives around. Like we were watching them go from the really struggling designer to someone who went into $100,000 year.
Yeah. From nothing to something. It was just incredible, and beyond that.
Yeah.
And we have a confession. A lot of our one-to-one clients and academy students were earning more money than we were throughout this period of time.
Yes. That's crazy.
Which was scary for us.
Yeah.
We've been relying on savings, and it has not been a fun financial ride for us over the last 5 years.
No.
But, we just didn't get the growth that we thought we would. And we'll get into more about why that is and what our thoughts are as well. But we kind of like to think of ourselves as like the indie rock stars of the design online education world. We weren't quite as famous as others, didn't get to that level of like hundreds of thousands of followers and all that sort of thing, but we knew we were really bloody good.
Yeah.
And the people who follow us know we're really bloody good, and the people who join the academy know, but it just never really took off,
Right. The people who have our resources know they're really bloody good and that they've saved their lives and businesses. Like literally, I think we have saved businesses with our resources.
Well,
and
people tell us we have changed their lives, and that is like so bizarre to hear in a way. Like it gives us goosebumps, and it's like, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It is amazing. We're so proud of what we've achieved for others.
Yeah.
And I think that the key is in that we would be still going if that was a two-way street for Chris and I, wouldn't it? We'd be still going.
Yeah.
If that level of elevation was happening for our community and for our students, and it was also happening for us and for our families, then this conversation might be a very different conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so that part makes us really sad.
Yeah, because it's truly been an honor.
It's and truly been enjoyable, like so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, and having said that, we said raw, honest, real. There's been a lot of this business that has also been unexpected and honestly really shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this old designer who loves design and loves design business and can make a design business work really beautifully and lucratively. We just couldn't crack the code.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we just didn't realize that we would be full on content creators, marketers, you know, that side really threw us, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it really did. Like, it's like a game we had to play.
Yeah.
It's like we're trying to crack the secret code to the game. We could never unlock it.
Yeah.
And the game was always changing.
Yeah. And literally we were being told it's changing again. It's changing again.
You have to do this now.
You
have to do that.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just not coming to us intuitively.
Yeah.
And we're really big on intuition. And like it was really frustrating for us because we pride ourselves on being great business people. And we are when it comes to running a design business. So lucky for you, if you're learning from us, we really know how to run a design business. We're good at that.
Yeah, don't come to us for course creation advice.
Do not ask us for course creation advice.
But
right?
design business, we've got you, babe.
Yep,
You will be making money in no time.
Really, truly.
Truly.
So there's so many, like we could blame, you know, we could do the blame game. Some of it's on us, some of it's on the world, some of it's on, you know, it's just a whole big bag of stuff.
Yeah.
So like if you think about when we started in 2020, we all know it's been a very challenging past 5 years, right? It has been a ride, you know. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
From 2020 onwards.
Right. Hello. Let's take a moment. Let's pause for a second. Woof.
Yeah, there's been so much stuff.
So much stuff in 5 years. COVID and lockdowns and economic downturns and menopause times 2.
Well, that's something to be aware of.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of our audience is female, and that was never really intentional. It was never part of our mission or our values, but just
we've got some great guys inside the academy.
It just happened that way. But just for those of you who are maybe teetering on the edge of your 40s, you're about to head into your 40s or whatever, just be mindful of this shift because we had no idea what was coming.
I thought you said this shit, Chris.
This shit, yeah.
Because it is shit. It's a shit storm.
We had no idea.
Oh, no idea
what was coming for us.
Yeah, no.
It was so debilitating. And so that's been unfolding the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Both of us, we're actually like 5 years apart in age, but I was like, I'm going early and Donna's going like regular time, but like we both went through perimenopause at the same time. And it was just like this longest list of bizarre symptoms like, you know, the brain fog and the tiredness and the anxiety and the physical symptoms, you know,
we are
just
tired people.
We're tired.
We're tired. It is tiring. This whole perimenopause period is it's real. And, you know, it honestly, that has been a huge factor, especially in the last 2 years for Chris and I.
Yeah. And I'm really grateful to the Gen X women of the world who have gone like, F this, you know, this is a joke. We are going to be loud about this. Yeah. All the previous generations have just sort of hidden it away quietly. But it's like, no, because we're still expected to be doing all the things, you know, having these amazing careers, being these incredible, you know, matriarchs of our families and all the rest of it. But going through this stuff has been very, very challenging.
Yeah.
So it's like we just had everything collapse on us at once, but we're trying to build this really exciting business and we were so excited about it. And this is why we've been in it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because we were so passionate and was so sure it could work because it came from such a pure and honest place.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that you said that, Chris, because in amongst it all, we were holding on to this incredible hope that initial day where the idea was ignited and we had goosebumps and we were literally jumping up and down, screaming, hugging each other.
We were.
Like, we were so delighted at the opportunity to serve the design community in this way and to make a beautiful living from it. We thought, this is it. We are going to be helping people and also making a beautiful living. And it was just, it's just still a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting here now looking at you, Chris, going, man, it really does overwhelm me to think that we are farewelling something that I still hold so dear to my heart and still have so much belief in. And when I distill it down, the belief that I have is in the resources that we've created, is in all of the tools that we have created. They are rock solid. People, any designer that gets their hands on them, they will get it. They will get it. But it's just that whole damn marketing, PR circus.
Yeah.
And the whole business model, which I believe is a broken business model in the online space.
Yeah.
That really was our undoing, along with other factors. I mean, we were just starting to rattle off other factors. There were lots of things.
Look, we did not realize that we would be entering a business that was 10% course creation and 90% marketing.
Yeah. And that 10% is the gold, people.
That's the bit we love.
That's the bit we love.
That's the bit we're passionate about.
And that's the bit that we've got the experience in. That's the bit that we know what we're talking about. Yeah. We walk the talk. We know design business. We know how to serve clients with real success. Yeah. And that bit, it's such a shame that there was so much BS that had to be unearthed for people to get to that gold. It's like literally digging for gold.
Yeah, it was like we're always second-guessing our messaging or always second-guessing everything that we said because, it's not clear enough or we're not getting in front of the right people enough or it's just been 5 years of not enoughness for us. Like we're not doing this right or we haven't tapped into that market or we're not doing Instagram enough. And when we started in 2020, Instagram was a very different place. There was no Reels yet. We didn't realize that we would have to become content creators and videographers and
choreographers,
actors maybe, or broadcasters, basically. We thought we'd be doing podcasts. We loved the idea of that. Yeah. But we didn't realize that it would become a completely different medium. It was still the time of the beautifully curated grid, which we were like, yay, that's
we
fun.
were so in love with that.
Yes.
That was great. That was right up our alley. We still got to do some beautiful design and typography and that was all really lovely. And then it turned into this bizarre land of fakeness.
Yeah. That
performance that it's just a shame that performance has become part of this world.
Yeah.
And it was just out of integrity. Like honestly, so out of integrity, like would literally give me the wobbles to have to look down the barrel of creating a reel. Like, I'm like, this is bullshit. Can't we just say to people, this stuff is really, really effing good? Yeah. You are going to grow exponentially and you are going to become the best version of yourself. Your business will become the best version of itself. Like, it was tricky. It was tricky to play the game.
Yeah, and we tried. If you go back in our feed,
go back for a laugh.
Because Reels came out in August 2020 and I'm pretty good at being an early adopter to technology. So I was like, come on, let's do this. We're going to do this.
You were great. You were
We're going to do this. So you look back, around the end of 2020 and all throughout 2021, there's lots of Reels happening. There's lots of playing the game. But what you don't see behind the scenes is the tears and the amount of time it took and the frustration of and this is going to sound really vain, I guess, but just the reality of aging and looking at yourself in the camera and looking at people who are in their 30s with their shiny faces and we're not
20s.
like that in 20s and we're not like that anymore. It was really confronting and we just try to brush it off, but it just wasn't as easy as we thought. And the finished result always looked so easy, always looked so effortless, but it just wasn't. And it felt like then, this lies. This feels like lies. And then not to mention after you've done the video, you've got the editing and then the laboring over the perfect caption
and the hashtags. How many hashtags? Is it 3? Is it 11? What's the maximum?
No, just 5 or something now, or whatever it is.
It's changed again.
It's changed.
Now, and the cool kids on the block aren't doing any because they're just getting all the followers anyway. It's like, oh my God.
It was just, not what we expected. So we were pretty naive about all that. Honestly, we just thought people would find out about us and be keen to tap into our knowledge because we're really nice.
Yeah.
And, being nice and knowledgeable just doesn't cut it. We didn't have the clever, kick-ass strategy that would bring the kind of, and I hate even talking about it like this. It makes me feel sick to my stomach. And this is probably part of our problem as well. Like bringing it down to numbers.
Yeah.
Like we always looked at every single person who joined our mailing list as a heartbeat, as our beautiful hearts. We talk about we've got this many number of hearts and this is how many hearts that we want to join. And it was never about like just the numbers. It felt so yucky like that. But it was a metrics game in the end, and it was just not what we wanted to do.
No, it was absolutely the opposite of what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I love that you've mentioned that, Chris, because we would literally name people as they would come in.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome, beautiful person, that person. We would talk to each other about, did you see that beautiful Sarah has joined? Did you see blah, blah, blah? And we were just absolutely about the person, not about the numbers.
Even with our mailing list.
Yeah. Even with our mailing list. And when people unsubscribe, we're like, oh, there goes so-and-so. See you later. Wasn't right for you. It's getting less like that now because now it's just becoming real. We get it. We get the metrics now. We understand it. We've got a lot more knowledge around it now. But there were so many factors.
Yeah. It's a hard business model.
Yeah.
It really is a hard business model, this online course business. Honestly, it is so different to running a design business, just so different. And that is very good news for you.
Yes.
Because we believe that running a design business is much, much easier and it's much, much easier to meet your financial targets with a design business. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It really is. We cannot express that enough. We're good at design business, Chris.
Yeah.
We're really good at that.
And we're just reconciling the fact that this kind of business model was not right for us. We haven't enjoyed it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We could push it. We could keep pushing. We kept saying one last push. We'll do another push. We'll try this. We haven't tried this yet. We'll try this strategy.
Yeah.
We tried ads and then we got hacked. And that was a very big setback for us in terms of our revenue and just chasing our tails from that. When we got hacked, it really did impact our next launch, and it took us a year to get the ad strategy back on track, and that has been great, but it's still so much work.
Honestly, I believe that was the moment, that moment in time, and I don't know what you feel, Chris. We haven't talked about this outside right this moment, but to me, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I think so too.
It really was the push down.
Yeah.
That last push down where we were like, you know what? I don't know whether I want to get back up.
Yeah.
This is hard work. Designing is so much easier. Running a design business is so much more financially rewarding. And what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like this feels ick. Like that ick feeling that we had. Literally sick, weren't we?
Yeah. The business model felt unsafe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the design business model didn't feel unsafe like that.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are less. Like if you do our Pathway to Profit training, which is available now, it's free for a limited time. I'm just spruiking it because it's really important training. So you got to go watch it. It's a 3-part training.
Of it. Sorry, Chris, I went over the top of you there because I want to say get all of our free resources while you can.
Yeah.
You'll have the next year. We're around for the next year.
Yeah.
I think 15th of December 2025 is when all of the bits and pieces will be no longer available. But honestly, get your hands on everything you can because it will all help to build your business.
It will. So in part 2 of the training, we share 5 profitable business models and we show you how many people you need, how many hearts you need to get into the door to service. And it's such small numbers, really. Like you could sustain on, say, 8 to 12 clients per year, depending on your business model and depending on your numbers. And like I said at the beginning, we needed 150 people, which doesn't sound very much, but it is a lot. It is a lot to convert a high ticket offer like ours.
Yeah.
And it just was so much harder than we realized.
Yeah.
So, it's just, it's been hard. It's been a hard business model. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
and just the fact that we were doing what I said before, it was 90% content creation. We felt like content creation machines, just constantly outputting free stuff, 90% marketing, right? And then 10% actually doing what we love. So education is what we're passionate about, not marketing.
Marketing.
I've never been interested in marketing.
No. Well,
Never.
we're not marketers.
No, we're not.
And we would say that all the time. We're not marketers. We're designers. We're conceptual, creative designers who are brand strategists. We're strategists for a brand, but we're not marketers.
It's different.
There's a whole degree for that, a media and comms degree. You need that to become a really great marketer, or you need to be, feet on the ground and in the industry and learning on the daily, and to be a really amazing marketer. And honestly, the way things shift and change so quickly that you really need to be in it 24/7 to be really a successful marketer. So hands up, we're not marketers. We've always said that. And that was the missing link,
It really was. And I guess we got sold a story, which has worked for some people, but I really do believe only works for a very small percentage of businesses. There are people in the online course community who promise this rinse and repeat kind of approach, and they're very well-meaning and it has worked for them. But the reality is it's not rinse and repeat. You
Never.
are continually needing to refresh, and reinvent to keep things relevant. Like just think about the Amy Porterfields of the world. I'm sure you've heard of Amy Porterfield, even if you're not interested in online business. She's
a guru, yeah.
She's never repeating anything. She'll never repeat a masterclass. She always has new ads, new ways of communicating, new marketing strategy, new lead magnets, new courses. It's really demanding.
It is so demanding.
We are tired.
We are so tired. And now Amy would have an amazing team as well. So the problem with our business model was that we thought we would be able to really rest on our laurels. People would be attracted to the authenticity and the integrity of two people who really know what they're doing. We thought, oh, yep, this will be great. People will trust us. And we really needed to employ a marketing team from the gate.
Yes.
But we needed to grow enough in order to scale that way. And so it's all about making sure that we could sustain that level of growth, and to invite someone in to do that costs a lot of money. So we were like, no, we'll do it until we can then hand the reins over. But as we've said, we didn't crack the ceiling, and maximum 21 people per round joining. We never quite got enough funds to pay both Chris and I adequately what we in our expertise and where we're at in our careers, to then afford to get that team. To get those people, we got small team members. We outsourced little bits and pieces, but the reality,
we outsourced our ads to Digital Picnic in Melbourne. That was great.
Yeah,
but it was still a lot of work.
Still a lot of work from our end.
And strategy. That was quite seriously that we're just, we don't want to do it.
Yeah, we outsourced to a copywriter. Yeah. We had a VA helping with editing this beautiful podcast. Yep. So we had outsourced to a degree. But the reality was, in order to even play in the same pond as an Amy Porterfield, we would have needed to employ a full-time marketing team.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have the funds for that.
Yeah.
And still don't. So this is where we are.
So Donna and I have both never worked so hard in a business before.
Ever.
The amount of time and resources that are required to launch, so to do our launches of the academy, there are so many moving pieces.
Yeah.
It is just an intense period. And the other thing I don't like about the business model is that you are putting all your eggs into one basket for we did have like one-to-one coaching and that sort of thing as well, but our primary means of income would come from our 3 launches, our academy launches every year. And things happen in the world. Disaster strikes. Like I remember one of our launches, our copywriter got her house flooded in a terrible natural disaster. Things happen, like political things happen, or like you feel like it would be completely insensitive to post or advertise or even send out an email because there's tragedy in the world. Things happen. And so when you're just putting all your eggs into that basket, like, oh, we've got 3 launches per year, it is so anxiety inducing. I just made a promise to myself and to Don, like we wouldn't do that to ourselves anymore. Like it's too much pressure.
Yeah, it's way too much pressure. Yeah. And quite frankly, that's the relief that is going to come. There's going to be an enormous amount of relief once we get through our final ever year, which will be 10th of December. But there is also going to be a lot of grief. We're going to grieve this business like you would not believe, because while we've never worked so damn hard on a business, we have also never felt the same sense of love for a community. It has been, I've loved my clients.
I mean, it's going to cry. Honestly, because I love it's going to sound so stupid, honestly, but they're like my design babies or something. Like I just adore each and every one of them.
Absolutely.
You know? And you know who you are, by the way, if you're listening, you know who you are. We just adore you. And we're so proud of you. And it's so hard. Like we've done a lot of grieving already, even before this podcast is airing. So it's like, but I can feel it like bubbling up. It's going to keep on coming.
It'll keep coming.
Because it's going to feel like, what? Didn't it work? Like you keep going, well, if we just tried this thing or if we just tried that thing. And honestly, we could probably course correct. Yeah. And we could probably do more pushes and try some different things. We could try things we never tried. Like we never tried LinkedIn. We never tried Pinterest. There's all these things. You never tried this and that.
Yeah.
It's like, we could try, but it's like we just have to prioritize our health, our mental health at this stage of our lives as well, and just bring a bit of stability. And so that's what we're going to be both looking at.
Do you know what we didn't try, Chris?
What didn't we try?
We didn't try a backer. Someone coming in going, girls, love your work, love what you do. You're legends in the design business world. Here's the money, the funding to get these beautiful people over here are going to take care of all of your marketing. Yeah. What you need to do is just create the content so that designers feel supported and confident and empowered in their businesses. Now, that would rock. That would be cool.
That would have been it.
I'll keep going if that ever happens.
We didn't know this at the beginning of 2020. We just, because I actually do like the build and all that sort of thing. So that part was super fun. Like like it was so much fun to build out the course content and to put that all together. Like that's where all the love has gone. But it's just been we just, like we said, we've said it like 3 times already in this episode. We just didn't know it would be just so much content creation. Like absolutely. To promote for marketing purposes.
Yeah. So it's tiring. Coming back to that. Yeah. It's tiring. And we have both never experienced the kind of burnout that happens after a live launch.
We felt like hypocrites actually talking about burnout for designers. Yeah. When we were so burnt out.
But we were in integrity because the burnout that we were speaking to and coaching people through was a different type of burnout, a burnout in design business that we are very experienced in and were able to speak to, and it felt like we could make a difference in that space. While behind the scenes, we're like, what the heck is going on with this burnout, this online education business format? This burnout is like no other that we've ever experienced. Nothing like running a design business. Burnout is burnout though, so that we were able to speak to it, but it's very different in that we had just never experienced anything like it. It was just so different.
I think the anxiety combined with the hours combined with the burnout, that was, it was really intense.
Yeah. And that hypocrisy that we were feeling, one day Chris and I just looked at each other and went, we are always saying to our people, what would it look like if it was easy? And we were in this mud, we're in this crud, and we were like, okay, so what would it look like for us if it was easy?
Yeah, you've probably heard us say that before. What would this look like if it was easy?
Yeah.
And it's been a bit of a mantra for us. And why isn't this easy?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Happening? Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's something that we've asked ourselves again now.
Yeah.
What would this look like if it was easy? And that has led us to the decision to scale back and head in a new direction with our lives.
Yeah, and protect our boundaries, protect ourselves and our health and our well-being.
Protect our peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love that. I love when you say that, Chris. I love that. We need to protect our peace. That's a beautiful takeaway from this podcast, everyone.
Yeah. It's time for a change.
Yeah.
So it's time for something new. You can feel something bubbling up to the surface. We don't actually know what it is yet. So people are like, what are you going to do? We don't actually know what it is exactly going to look like, but we're feeling excited for the future.
Yeah. Love a new clean page with nothing on it. The concept hasn't percolated to the surface yet. So who knows? Watch this space.
Yeah. Like we are feeling sad. There's no denying it. But we are seeing this as a redirection towards a future that is better aligned with all that brings us ease and fulfillment and all the good stuff, like financial reward as well. We're deserving of that. I know that we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Our nature is very generous and giving, and so we've created a lot of free stuff, but it just felt like, do people just see us like as the free advice people? And I don't want anybody to feel guilty about this, like if you haven't been in a position to purchase from us or whatever, but it has felt like it just wasn't translating to sales.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think there's such a richness in our free stuff. And like I'm still saying, I think I said just earlier, grab all the free stuff, people. Like there's so much wealth in that free stuff for you all. But that we could have shot ourselves in the foot with that, to be honest, because once people see you as a free resource like that, then it's really hard to then go, okay, so now we're asking you to pay for this amazing offering, and there's so much more inside the academy and so much gold when you engage us with one-to-one coaching. It's beyond what I could even speak to about what's included. But the reality is a lot of people would have just gotten to the pattern of going, well, let's just wait and see what the next free thing is. And, and that's fair enough. You sort of squirrel away all of the resources that you can, especially when you yourself are building and, you're watching every penny and that kind of thing. So absolutely no, like Chris said, please take all the free things. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We willingly put it all out there. Including this podcast.
Yeah.
It was just an observation of ours. Like we just thought, oh, okay, like everything's a bit of a transaction, I guess. And if there's lots of free, and then it's like to take things to the next level, it's a bit of a different transaction, I guess.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But we just have so much gratitude for this community, for everybody who has followed us, supported us, listened to the podcast religiously, who has joined our community. We're so grateful. Like, there's been so much love, and that was really important to us, the love thread that has gone through everything that we've done. We're so grateful to you all, because we wouldn't even have gotten 5 years without you all, without you listening and without you supporting us.
Yeah. That saying, love wins. I love that. It's so powerful because love was winning this past 5 years.
Yeah.
Because love was feeding us and driving us.
Yeah.
And it's why we kept showing up launch after launch when it wasn't that profitable.
Yeah.
And we just had this amazing desire to help as many designers worldwide as we possibly could. And it was that protective mama bear love that we have where I cannot stand to see, and I'm getting teary now, I cannot stand to see a creative being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it. Not when a few simple boundaries could be put in place, and if they have the systems and procedures behind them to have the confidence to be able to keep those boundaries in line, man, it's so powerful and their whole life changes, right? So that passion was being fueled by the love. And
Yeah.
I don't know what this might sound like to a lot of you out there, but it just got to a point after 5 years, full transparency, Design and Prosper has been the least income I've ever earned in my career, other than when I was a junior baby. Least income I've earned from a business.
Yeah.
And when you have a family and you have children and, you know, financial decisions do need to come into it.
They do.
And Chris and I were like, okay, we cannot survive on love alone.
No, we can't.
So
Unfortunately.
we'd love to think we can, but we tried and we did for 5 years and it just didn't quite get there.
This business, it's so hard to say goodbye to because it has become such a huge part of our identity.
Absolutely. I mean, while we were building this business, we were being built,
We were.
you know.
We've
And
had so much growth over the last
so
5
much
years as well.
growth. Yeah.
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 But I think that this business became too all-encompassing,
That was the problem right
And,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
too much of our identity
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. It was all us.
Yeah.
And that's exhausting.
And it was hard for our families
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
impact that it's had on our families, for us to be so in love with a business that's actually not serving us
Yeah.
in the way it needs to. It's like we're in a relationship with someone who's, you know, a bad person. Like it just wasn't serving us. It was a bad relationship.
Yeah.
You know,
The
because
business model,
There's
not the people. We need to reiterate that. The people are amazing, but
Yeah.
it's just we keep coming back to it, that content creation machine that we had to do. So
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to be super, super, super clear on that. It's not the people in this. The people in this are who we were in love with, and it was the naughty business model that was broken
yeah,
for us. And I want to also say that there are going to be course creators out there who kick it.
yes,
And who
are
thrive and who, you know, and brand new people who are just about to start a course creation. Absolutely, you are going to thrive.
Yeah.
You know, and this is our story.
exactly.
And if you can take from it any lessons that may help you in your journey, then that's what we're here for. We're like we say, we're ever the educators, and we're happy to share the truth in order for you to learn from that and potentially sidestep an issue that, you know, you may have had to deal with. So it's all from our hearts to yours. There's a purity in what we want to have shared with the world, and our wish for everyone is success.
Yes, that's
Success,
it.
however it looks like for you, whatever that needs to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So, having said all that, we invite you for one last time to join the Academy and connect with us and spend 2025 with us. And we know it will be a lifelong connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the most beautiful connections.
Yeah.
And you will be tapping into that pool of people when you join the Academy as well, because all of the alumni are just genuinely cool people. Like
Yeah.
they are incredible.
They're the best.
Yeah.
They really are. So we just want to say thank you so, so much for supporting us over the years. We appreciate you so much. Our podcast listeners have such a very special place in our hearts.
Oh, our potty fam. Honestly, the amount of times where we have done a podcast and at the end of the podcast, Chris and I are like, yes, that's so freaking rewarding to get that content out into your hands and then have you speak back to us and say, your podcast has done this for us.
Yeah.
Like that feeling was a match. You know, that when you go, yay, we did it. We did this amazing thing. And we hope that helps people. And then people going, yes, oh my gosh, you helped this. You helped us in this way. You did this, you did that. It was like, this community is gold, you know, such beautiful community and so generous as well in terms of sharing their successes with us, which has been really beautiful to be a part of. To know that we're making a difference has been really special for us.
So if you're new to the Design and Prosper podcast, well, we're sorry to say this is the last podcast, but good news is we have 145 episodes for you to go back through and it's all still relevant and it's all still going to be so needle moving for you and your business. But yeah, you don't have to say goodbye. We don't have to say goodbye because you can come and join us in the Academy and have access to us in our Q&A coaching sessions. We're having them once a month. It's going to be so beautiful. It is really hard to end this podcast. We're just dragging this out because it's really hard to say goodbye for the final time.
It's so hard. I when you started the farewell section, Chris, I was like, I couldn't even speak. I couldn't speak. I've found my words now.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that Chris and I are going to be eternally grateful for this chapter in our lives.
Yep.
We have grown as women. We have grown as mothers. We've grown as people, designers, educators, you name it. Growth has been happening in this space. And this business has taught us so much. We have learned so much.
No regrets.
No regrets.
There's
it has
so
been
many wins.
So many wins.
Yeah.
So many wins. And I hope we've conveyed the wins.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest wins, like we were just saying, is this beautiful podcast community, like really getting a podcast out for you and being here in this space for you has been an important part of our journey and often the best part of our weeks was in the middle of recording and at the end of each podcast. So we can't thank this beautiful community enough. Our Academy people, oh man, you know how much you mean to us.
Yeah.
You know that we see you. We are incredibly proud of you and we love you all so dearly. And we are going to be forever your cheerleaders. You know that. We're on the sidelines.
Yep.
And these two mama bears, we've got your back. And to our beautiful one-to-one clients, you know, you're all incredible designers and incredible business owners. And we will also be on the sidelines watching you flourish and already do and can't wait to continue that. So, yeah, it's with really, really full hearts that we offer this last round of the Academy and welcome whoever is out there into this family. Whoever you are, when you join us, it'll be meant to be.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to help you and spend the next 12 months with you. It's going to be great.
Yep. All right, everybody. Be brave. We're actually being really brave right now. We're being really brave.
We'll probably start bawling the minute that we say goodbye. But yeah, be brave. Do your business your way.
Yeah.
Set those boundaries. Keep those boundaries.
So much love to you all.
Yeah, lots of love. See you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.